Hey guys, just shared in Lyons-Verse. I'm the author of The Relationship Game. Just a little gem from my journey. I want to talk about relationships for a minute. We have to stop causing our children to pay for our failed relationships. We have to stop poisoning their minds towards the other parent, the person that you feel like did you wrong, the person that you think hurt you. How long are you going to hold against somebody something that they did to you? Hurt people hurt people. What you're really doing is perpetuating a system, a cycle from one generation to the next. In slavery, we weren't able to help the hurt that was being inflicted on us by other people. So the parents had no control over what their child was seeing or what they were experiencing, because we didn't belong to ourselves. We belonged to the masters. But now in this year, in this century, in this decade, we have to be so careful that we are not inflicting upon each other that same type of hurt. Because when you deprive a child of a parent simply because they hurt your feelings or whatever you all had didn't work out, the child had nothing to do with that. They shouldn't be brought into it. They shouldn't even be a part of it. What they should be seeing is two people that maybe couldn't get along with each other for whatever the reason. You did get along with each other long enough to make the child. So there was some compromise somewhere. And you need to apply that same compromise once things go bad. Because, again, the child had nothing to do with it, and they should not be pulled into the middle of it. Stop using your child as a pawn in a game against your ex, because they didn't do what you felt they should do, or they didn't act the way you felt they should act. You get on here and you blast them and call them all kinds of names and say they deadbeats and all this other stuff. You don't have a job or whatever your beef is with them. But the fact of the matter is, whatever they are and whatever they're not, they were that when you laid down with them. So you can't hold a person in your mental prison because they hurt you forever. Because every prison has a warden. And in order to keep them on lockdown, somebody's got to be in there turning that key. So the prison that you've created for them, you're also a part of it. That leads you to be miserable as well. So release people from whatever hurt that they've caused you, whether it was intentional or not. Life is too short to go around holding grudges and poisoning our children's minds simply because somebody hurt us. From generation to generation, it's just being perpetuated. It's not doing any of us any good. All it's doing is making that family tree that we've already been cut off from even chopped up even more. So I urge you to just let it go. We say we're going to let it go, but I know it's hard when your flesh is telling you they did you wrong. Hey, you have every right to be angry and whatever else you feel. But there comes a time when you have to just lay those feelings down and say, okay, this happened. I didn't like it. It didn't feel good. But guess what? I'm still alive. I can make a different decision now, and I can go on from here. But please, don't cause someone else heartache and pain simply because somebody did it to you. That's not the way to stop hurt. That's not the way to heal it. God has to heal it, but we have to allow him to. He can't do it if we're constantly digging in the wound. Every time you see that person, you're angry all over again. You're digging in the wound. It can't be healed that way. So release people from your mental prison and release yourself. Thanks. Another gem. Bye.